Hello, I'm going to welcome you to have a look through my little cabin, a couple of old vintage items. So interesting thing for me, 1920s, 30s camping, outdoor living gear. Variation between, probably 1920 to 1940. So I'll take you on a little tour and I'll show you a little bit around here, some bits of gear. So thank you. Hello, I'm going to welcome you to have a look through my little cabin, a couple of old vintage items. So interesting thing for me, 1920s, 30s camping, outdoor living gear. Variation between, probably 1920 to 1940. So I'll take you on a little tour and I'll show you a little bit around here, some bits of gear. So thank you. We might just start off with the headwear. So this is an Akubra Fed 4, Australian made. Not much to it really. It looks like from maybe the 30s, more so the 40s, but they would have had them around in the 30s. Campaign hat with a just a custom braided leather band, a little bit of shape at the front just to keep some of the sun coming in off your face. Squeeze some oranges with that thing, and then another Akubra, not a it's called a squatter, Akubra squatter, just another general era of the time hat, something similar. Very hard to pick a favourite. I'd probably have to go with the brown one I had on before. Pretty much leather belt with a little knife, some ivory handles, aluminium pommel there, the standard leather belt with their generic Civil War or late American Spanish War canteens. Very much similar to all the other shapes out there, just a Chinese or an Indian reproduction. The Woolrich coat, the 1930s or 40s coat. This one's dated beyond 1947 to about 1947 to 1950s. Big game pockets in the back here. You can fill up all in there. Some pockets in the back. Put in a couple of ducks, squirrels. We don't have squirrels here in Australia, but rabbits. It's quite a very thick coat, very beautifully lined. This soft cotton, quite warm to wear today. We have some other. We have another Woolrich, coat. So it's sort of a little bit inaccurate because of the zipper, but along the lines of the same overall look. This is probably from the 50s or 60s, whereas the ones from the 30s, 40s had buttons. Corduroy collar. This brown vest is from Bronson's in China. Actually quite a nice game vest. Big pockets in there. Here's just a little leather pouch I made for some smoking items. Probably not that old, those matches. Some specs. And a cigarette tin. A couple of old cigarettes. I know there's little cigars in a modern wrapping, but don't worry about that. So yeah, get down to the vest, get that vest off. And there's another shirt from Bronson's. Yeah, I think it's their railway one. The Wabosh, however you pronounce it, the stripes. And pretty much their pants. They're French corduroy pants, I think they are. They say it's the 1920s version. They do have belt loops around here, but I have their Bronson suspenders and just a pair of modern Ariat cowboy boots, but with the cuffs of the pants down, they look just generically the part. Some heavy duty leather gloves. And maybe you could say, as a story, a vet bring back from World War One, maybe a reproduction gas mask canister, but instead of the gas mask, there'll be a little 1920s 30s pocket watch, probably more common in Europe than in, say, America or Australia. But anyway, they have a battery like that. That tissue in there is just to keep it from the battery rattling around. Not the greatest, not the brightest, but if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night, that would be the way to go. And what else we got in here? There's something else. In a white cloth, we have a pair of an original German officer's binoculars from World War One. Sort of fitting for the time if you're out looking at the birds or wanting to know if it's safe to shoot. Just wrap that up in there and protect it. Fits in there quite well, actually. And anyway, we might have a go at this bad boy, the 22 Winchester. I think this is the 1930s model. This is a Rossi reproduction, but it's just basically the exact copy. There we go. 22 short. Fun little gun. Might take you on the walk in there now. Wait, I've forgot one thing. Along with the vet bring back, perhaps a signal flare pistol might be a good device to carry in case you get stuck out in the woods and your survival instincts pop a flare off and hopefully someone comes and rescues you. That's an original World War I flare pistol. Very hefty, actually, unless you're carrying it on a mule or going out in a motor vehicle. It's quite actually heavy to carry in the woods, along with all the other gear. So yes, I had a water tank and unfortunately in a storm it blew off the table I made. We'll have to re-engineer that. So this is the little cabin that I built down the back of my property. So to get you an idea, front door, old lock on it, British made, original. Modern day production, but they still make them today in Britain. Coming in here we see some lanterns, some old little vintage items just to hang on the wall to make it look pretty. Not a very big cabin. I am in the process of making a bed. 12 volt lantern, so I have a solar panel and a battery. That one has a high beam globe from a car. I think this is a 1920s German one. It is definitely German. Little handle there. Pulls that up. Why I converted to electric is because there was too many holes there, so I just painted it black. A couple of other lanterns. That's an actual miner's lamp. Don't believe it's a copy because it looks pretty good to be an original. A couple of old cookware tins. That is a kerosene bottle to fill up railway lanterns in Australia. Old axe. It's actually not that old, it's a modern made Granfus Brooks American felling axe. Rabbit skin. These couple of bottles found on the property would easily date around the 1910s, 20s. Big old saw, cast iron pot, railway lantern, 12 gauge shotgun reloader, and just some lanterns, and then some on the roof and a loft to sleep in. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day.